Everyone ready? We're starting in 5 seconds. We're going to be down on the floor in a press-up position and into the ultimate stretch, bringing that foot around to the outside of the hands, reaching up towards the ceiling, drawing those shoulder blades together. Switch to the other side. If you find that's too much to begin with, then of course we do it on hands and knees, bringing the foot around. Another alternative, if you're finding you can't currently use the wrists, is we start off in a semi-plank position, and again just draw that knee around to the outside. So the main thing is to get this challenge into the hip. Nice and steady on the movement. Okay, I'll move that on to the more challenging version. Final seconds. And then we have a 15-second rest. Side lunges next. So we balance, reaching out, bounce back to the centre, and repeat. So you're dropping down as low as you feel you can. Woo. And then we'll be switching at that halfway point. If, again, that's too much of a stress on the knees, feet out wide, just gently draw that across. So we're getting that effort into the thigh and on the other side. So I'm just pushing that across, effort into the thigh, control that knee movement as far as you can. A little bit of a challenge up the inside of the leg, and then come back to the top and down again. Again, all the bigger version, balance, dropping out, springing back. And relax. A squat to press next. And again, movement depends on what you feel comfortable with. So that can be as high or as low as you are happy with. Driving your arms up, squatting down, driving the arms up. If you want to add some weight to that, you can do so. Squatting down, driving up. Nice and smooth. You can always get a little bit of spring out of that bottom position. God, it's only halfway already. I was thinking that was the minute. Driving it up. Think about that posture, making sure your back stays strong, always looking slightly forwards. Drive up. And up. Woo. And again, that 15-second rest. Now the rotation, we're using a Viper. You don't need to. So again, you can take hold of your weight, elbows bent, you step and rotate. Step and rotate. So you'll still be feeling that challenge around the torso. Not trying to force it, but if you find that's very comfortable, taking the arms out a little bit wider. Definitely feeling hips having to work. And the other side. Woo. Balance goes again. So those back, on the back foot, try and get those toes down. You're still putting almost all of your weight on the front leg. But keeping those toes down at the back there will help in terms of the overall balance. And break. And then we're on to the plank to press. Third down on the floor. Now again, remember this one here, it doesn't have to be on the toes. So either coming up full plank, but you can also do this onto your knees for a half plank. But I want you to feel as if you're able to progress from the plank onto the press, unless those wrists are problematic, in which case sticking with the plank. If you want to then challenge the plank a bit more, you can either rock back and forth from here or in that full position. Alternatively, back to the normal version there of planking and pressing. Up to the press, down to the plank, up to the press, down to the plank. It's nicely controlled, definitely feeling plenty of tension in the stomach. If your back starts to take over, have a brief rest, and then you can come back into it again. Okay, halfway through the circuit. Breathe. Whew. Active recovery almost now with the hip drops. We balance on one leg, dropping the hip down, lifting that up. It's a bit close to the camera so it's more obvious. Hip drops, pushing up. Hip drops, pushing up. That leg I'm balancing on stays straight. As I'm dropping down, tucks against here, then effort in the hip. Tucks across the hip, effort in the hip to lift you up. Again, I'm switching legs. If you find it very wobbly, hold on to a wall for balance. Dropping and up. Dropping and up. Dropping and up. Feeling surprisingly out of breath already. And pause. Okay. So, still on balancing, but practice this a little bit. If you need to start off on both feet, do so. We're going to do a one-legged deadlift. So you balance on one leg. Let's do this where you can see it more easily. Tilting from the hips, reaching towards the floor as low as you feel you can, whilst maintaining that effort all around hamstrings and glutes. Squeeze to stand up. Tilt and squeeze. The back leg goes out behind you to help the counterbalance, and you can always hold on to a weight. Switch legs, either in two hands, like so, or in one hand. Generally speaking, it's a little bit easier if it's in the opposite arm, because that helps to draw you down and keep those hips quite level, so it's very definitely effort into your glutes. Tilt. Squeezing up, drive the hip forwards. And rest. Whew. And the last one. So this is a reverse fly. So this is a little bit more demanding if you don't have weights compared to a row, which is what you otherwise would have been doing. So we tilt over, arms are squeezing out to the sides, focus on that squeezing to the shoulder blades at the top, so very definitely effort in the upper back, and controlling that down. Squeezing out, controlling down. If you've got some weight, you can obviously use those. Squeezing that out, controlling down. Actually, I'm finding for me, these are a bit too much. I'm having to work, you can see it's not holding in position. I'm weak today. Luckily, I've got something a bit lighter to hand. Squeezing out, controlling in. Tilting, squeezing out, controlling in. If you find your back gets tired again, just stand up briefly and then carry on. And rest. Good. those few seconds before we get ready for the next round.